as I interact with, other people, different people from different backgrounds, having certain conversations with them and realizing like, okay, I'm not just, this messed up person in the head. Like, there's other people experiencing the same, same issues that I am as a Black man, just as a man in general.
The Black community constitutes 13% of the U.S. population. They are overrepresented in high-risk populations, which is a group that is often impacted by specific negative occurrences. For example, the Black community comprises approximately 40% of children in foster care systems, 40% of the homeless population, and 50% of the prison population.
I think that for a long time, especially growing up, like that was a place you get away from your mom, you get away from your sisters. You didn't hear grown men talking and having a conversation that you might not always hear at your dinner table at home. Young Black men, even boys, spend a lot of time in the barbershop because they get their haircut quite often. It's almost like barbers have become therapists in a way, and like a lot of guys, they talk to their barbers about what's happening in their lives. When you're in a barbershop, young man, you'll hear stories, and I think some folks in the generation before us that we looked up to, oftentimes conversation may not always been positive, in a positive light, and so I think that young men who saw that at an early age, they eventually grew up to become those men and have those same conversations.
A group of friends, and we find time to, we call ourselves the Adventure Crew. Now that COVID has come about and we can't really travel, we tend to explore our island, and during our exploration, we tend to talk. So we use our exploration time, whether it is a hike or on the beach or kayaking or something like that. We use that therapeutic time to talk about issues and encourage and support each other. So having that close-knit group of friends that worked in my favor to deal with different issues of mental health.
A lot of people also, especially Black men, we try to go until we just can't go no more. And so when we reach that breaking point, there's almost like a really bad explosion, and then we calm down. My friends, we would talk about surface level stuff, and then when we ask each other how we doing, is all we good? Or, if it's something slight that's bothering us, like some business stuff, we'll talk about that, but it's never on a deeper level. And I feel like we should be able to feel comfortable talking more about what's really bothering us. But there's so many of us who just like, okay, I got this, I can do this by myself, that they don't want to tell nobody else because you might feel like they're going to judge, you're going to be judged or whatever.
When it comes to the topic of mental health, there really is no discussion that's being had, in a Caribbean household. I'm saying? I'm not saying every Caribbean household is the same, but as far as the norm, it's, practically non-existent. It's me, how we're taught to suppress things, how we're taught that, can't be too emotional, especially as a man. Like, it just always blew me because I've always been, very in tune with my emotions, like I express myself very well. And it's just something that wasn't normal to other people. And, even to my parents, sometimes they're, would say, oh, you're too emotional. You know what I'm saying? You're a boy, you're a man, like you're being too emotional about certain things. And I'm just trying to understand, like, what's really going on. I don't think I'm being overly emotional.
Hi everyone, it's KC, the founder of mentalbliss.org. Mental Bliss is a digital wellness collective that provides mental health investment resources. I wanted to personally thank Brandon Jones, Larry Davis, Sammy Barrett, and Kesley Cambridge for supporting my Black Men and mental health campaign, #IFeelSeen. I also wanted to personally thank my creative director, Shamir Lee, and my digital consultant, Story Daniels, for their continued support throughout this entire campaign process. I was inspired to do something for Black men after noticing that my clients, who are Black men, were having difficulty with managing their mental health experiences. I was very intentional about having this conversation with different Black men from all over the world because I wanted to showcase the common mental health challenges that they experience regardless of their geographical location. Now, I am a huge mental health advocate and I love spreading awareness, but it doesn't stop there. We must continue to get comfortable with prioritizing our mental health and letting someone know that we are in pain. If you'd like to keep up with the campaign as well as my other ventures, be sure to sign up for my newsletter at mentalbliss.org.